What's up, world? It's your man at NEP. How you doing? Got a day off, so I'm gonna go and try and find myself some petrol, because we all need some petrol, and there's still a shortage. Well, it's not a shortage of petrol. There's a shortage of tanker drivers to drive to the petrol stations. So that means that everyone's gone out on panic ride. Well, I'm alright. I got enough petrol to see me through the week, but I thought, as it's my day off, we'll try and just top up. You know, I'm not going to go crazy. If I can't find any, then I can't find any. I'll be alright to the weekend. But what it does mean is next Monday I need to get to Wolverhampton for a work thing. And if I can't find petrol today, then I will be taking the train. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here, is a train journey or a car journey. I'd rather go in the car because I'm isolated and it means I got less chance of catching any disease. Like really fancy coronavirus. Thanks very much. But yeah, I gotta go to the dirty north because why we gotta go to the dirty north? Because we gotta cook off, because our so-called executive chefs have come up with a new menu. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be an absolute blockbuster, but there you go. So anyway, so what we're going to talk about today then is not going to be me going to Wolverhampton and me looking for petrol, because that's about as exciting as watching paint. Well, you'd watch paint, but there's your reference. Why not? Who doesn't watch paint? Hey, look, there's paint there on a fence. I'll have a quick look. You can just see it going past me there. Look. There you go. Anyway, so we're not going to watch paint. We are going to talk about these protesters currently in and around London. So, to be fair, they are on about houses should be properly insulated, and what they stand for, I don't think anybody is going to deny is a good and it's a worthy cause. But it's the same with most protests. It's how you actually protest. And is there a good way to protest, and is there a bad way? The thing is, what they've done is, by the way that they have protested, is they've got their name out there in the bigger world, and people know now the name of them, and I'm sure some people will look them up, and like they said, although it's angered you short term, long term there's a chance you'll actually look up to what we actually do, and that could get you more interested in what they're doing. So there are bits of that which I think, well, yeah, you know, thinking about it, yeah, they are right. And as I said at the beginning, you know, when you're doing it for an environmental cause, there, you know, you can't really argue against the cause as such. But there is a caveat, or whatever the bloody word is, there is a side to this. Okay, so what they did do at one stage is they would block a motorway. So on the M3 going up to the M25, and also the M25 at certain junctions, they would wander themselves onto the road, and apparently they're trying to glue themselves to the road. Now, I'm not sure what glue they're using, but I'm not aware of any glue that will stick me to a wall and I can't get off, because it's going to have to be some absolute monster glue to do that. Looks like I got petrol here. Might as well just go in there. We'll go up to Tesco's, because I was going to go to Tesco's anyway, because I don't want to wash the car. But it looks like there is space there, so I can do that. So if I need to, I will go back there. But I want to go and clean the car, and it's got a better way of cleaning it up here, so I'll use that. So also I want to get some stuff for dinner. So the wife's like, oh, you can do chicken fajitas dinner. No, I don't fancy chicken fajitas, thanks. I am going to make a curry, and the boys like curry as well, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do a vegetable curry minus chickpeas, because apparently She's sick to death of chickpeas, so I've used them too many times, but I got plenty of other options I can use instead of chickpeas in a curry. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a couple of banging curries, and might even make my naan breads, because why not? Everyone loves a naan bread. Get myself some mango chutney and mango chutney mayo to go with some what are they called? Courgette fritters. There you go. Dinner sorted. Everyone like that. I might even attempt to make an onion bhaji. Who knows? Might go totally out there, and the wife come back and goes, "Oh, it stinks." Yeah, it smells amazing. That's what it does. It smells amazing. Probably won't make the onion bhaji though, but I'm gonna make me naan bread, and I'm gonna make me my fritters, because they're just nice. And why not? Anyway, that's sort of gone off subject there a little bit, but who knew? Seems to be what happened with a young man in the shed. He starts talking about one thing and then gets onto another. So I am going to be recording some more Ask Google today. A couple more coming up before I do the bigger ones. I've got a few episodes I'm going to record today. So I'm going to give it till another couple of weeks just to see if we can get any more votes. At the moment, last time I looked, there was a couple on there. One for the World War One, before World War One to the end of World War Two. So that will cover all sorts of battles, like Battle of Britain, the rise and the fall of the Third Reich, the Battle of the Somme, the death of Franz Ferdinand, the outbreak of World War One, the end of World War One, on this 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, of course, the immortal words, how the poppy became a symbol of peace, and why it was the poppy that was chosen, things like that, the rise of Hitler and his henchmen, and that sick psychopath Heydrich Himmler and Eichmann and Göring and all those fuckwits, and how Churchill and the Brits, and this is the thing which people think, oh well, we went out and we took on the fascists and we beat the fascists. Let's not pretend that there wasn't fascism in the UK, okay? Hitler went way too far with the extermination of the Jews, and we're not going to make any jokes about that, and I don't really get his hatred of them. But what I do get is the fact that there was a lot of racism, and Churchill wasn't really a big fan of the Jews either, and there was a lot of British conservatism which was absolutely horrific towards them. So let's not make out that it was all just Germany who hated the Jews and communism and all that. Let's not make out that it was just the Germans who were the fascists, because it certainly was not the case. And we're going to look into British fascism as well around that time. So yeah, it's going to be quite a long one. There'll be a few episodes for that. We're looking at probably, I don't know, see how it goes. If people like it, I'll keep doing it. There's also their solar systems and the planets and NASA and things like that, which I've actually done quite a bit of work on that one. So obviously I am going to have to come up with the ideas and the questions, and if you got any questions you think, why don't you ask Google this one, Andy? Doesn't have to be Google. I also use Siri. In fact, I use Siri more than I use Google. Ask Google. It's a subject because everyone knows what Google is. Let's be fair, but I actually do it on my iPad, so it will be Siri I'm using more than Google. But Ask Siri just doesn't seem to have the same. Not everyone would recognise Siri. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Where I think most people know Google. After all, it's Google that own YouTube, so they are our forefathers, and that's why we should be saluting our forefathers and appreciating the mighty Google empire. But there you go. Anyway, that's coming up. Also, still want to get over to my old pal Ariel and do some cooking with him. We're gonna hurry off. Why not? He was doing something yesterday I saw on it was either YouTube or Facebook. I'm not quite sure what the hell he was doing. Something about squid. Yeah, that was a strange one, Ariel. Didn't quite work out what you were doing, mate, but it looked like you were sort of enjoying yourself in a strange kind of way. So we are coming into Bursledon now, getting towards the big Tesco's at Bursledon in Southampton. Looking to hopefully get some petrol there, but also I want to clean my car, and that's why I've come here, because I like the way they have a good jet wash here, and my car definitely needs to be bird shit removed, because you don't really want your car being covered in that stuff, because it doesn't look so nice, does it? And also, yeah, I just don't want my car being grubby really. When it's clean, it does look rather smart, so that's what I'm thinking. Also, it's a big shop here. I can go and get some stuff to make the curry, but I'll probably actually go to Sainsbury's because they've got a better selection of splatters. Don't really need them, I've already got them, so I'll probably just go here because I'm here now. Also, you get some good deals at Tesco's. You get good deals, obviously, in Sainsbury's and other supermarkets as well. So this means nothing to you if you're not from the UK. You might not know these shops, but I don't really care. That's not my problem. Yeah, it looks alike. There is petrol and diesel available here, which is a good thing. So go and get some of that before we do anything else. Where are we going to go? Which side is it on this side, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go over there then. If they don't want to use it, I will. See the point of that being a free space and no one using it. Like that. There you go. Sorted. Boom. There you go. So, petrol. See you soon. So, good news. Managed to get my petrol. So, that's one of the things I came out for. Now I'm just going to wait here so I can wash my car. So, what else can we talk about? So, let's look at the worldwide phenomenon that Ask Google potentially could be. Well, that was quick. So, yeah, so what is Ask Google, I hear you say? So, Ask Google is, well, Google is a search engine. Like I say, I mainly use Siri because I use Apple, but I do use Google as well. And Google's just a better title, I feel. So, what I do is I will come up with a subject. So, already I've done American sports. The Premier League came out this week. Maybe someone could watch it. That'd be good. I've done wine. And I just come up with some questions. So I could say, hey, Google, tell me how you play American football. And it'll say, wow, American football is blah, blah, blah. And it'll tell me about American football. Then I would try and find out a little bit more about American football. So, you know, who scored the most tries in American football, or touchdowns probably rather than tries, or who's kicked the most amount of goals, penalties, who runs the most amount of yards, or if it was football, who scored the most goals. If it's wine, can you make white wine with red grapes, or black grapes as they're technically called, or can you make red wine with white grapes? I know the answers. If you want to know the answers, you better watch to find out. Little bit about sparkling wine. It's not going to go super in depth. I'm not teaching you how to make wine. I'm not telling you everything you need to know about wine. It's about 10, 15 minute videos. That is the whole purpose of it, because nobody wants to sit through someone waffling on for hours and hours about the minuscule mini climates and soil types and all this. Basically, to grow wine, you want to have not very good soil, so that your vine has to force its way down, become strong, and that's what you want, really. So a lot of the vineyards are not necessarily on the best possible soil, but they work because that's what the vine wants. I'm cold today. I think I've got a cough coming on. Hopefully it's not coronavirus, but no, it's not coronavirus because I do check, because that's what we should be doing, because we don't want to be giving everybody else in the world coronavirus. We don't want everyone in the world catching a cold, but it seems that we are going to have quite a few colds coming this year because we didn't really get exposed to people much last year, and the flu they think could also be quite bad, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I do quite enjoy sitting watching people's techniques at washing cars. Some are quite good and some are, yeah, you don't really know what you're doing, mate, do you? But there you go. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it now. I think that'll be long enough for you people to enjoy the artist known as Your Man in the Shed NEP. See you, pals.